Hey guys, how you doing? So I'm sitting here doing my morning routine, and they want me to give you guys an energy update. They've been pulling at me for several, let's just say for like a half an hour. It's been like me fighting it, going, no, it's early, I'm in my pajamas, I'm not turning on the camera. And so there's something that they want us to know. There's some way I'm going to help you with the current energies. So let's see what they're trying to tell us. I really feel like it's to help us, whatever it is, it's to help us move the energy right now. I think some people are feeling stuck or unmotivated, having a lot of inconsistent energy dips. And, okay. So these are popping out at us. And I think that whatever this is going to help us, give us some insight as to how we stabilize the energy and what maybe is, I don't know, unresolved in the depths that we can resolve to move forward. And they're saying take that, see, Ace of Air. Okay. We're going to pull some Sacred Earth Oracle cards to clarify each of these. And these are just overall collective energies, not necessarily masculine or feminine. If I get messages for the masculine or feminine, I will let you know. Okay, crowning over, I'm going to pull, if they told me specifically to use the Fairy Forest deck, I don't really know why. Just there's some message here that's going to come through for us in this deck, and whenever I say that, there always is. And here it is. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to use the Ascension deck by Dana Cooper just for some of the higher messages. So we can have the earthly messages, elemental, fairy realm, and then from the higher dimensions. Oh, and there we go. All right, so start with the present energy, which is 5 of Fire and Temptation. And okay, so this is where they're talking about a moth to the flame. They're saying that we're being tempted to go back to something that's not serving us. It could be just our thoughts where we're dwelling on something or somebody that had distracted us from that unity within ourselves. So the Unity card's coming up in reverse. And it is pulling us away from, like they're saying, like a moth to a flame. They're saying it's pulling us away from the treasure. The treasure is not via clinging to this thing. There's something unresolved about this thing. It feels like something from the recent past, or maybe like the past, I would say 10 months, like maybe 6 to 10 months. There's something that you were struggling to let go of. Like it could be a dependency on a substance. It could be a person, somebody who is toxic for you, or some habit or cycle within yourself. And I feel like where you're being challenged is just through that temptation. I also feel like because it's almost like the action that we're taking is towards that old energy when we need to be moving towards the light of the new. We're moving towards a flame that's like unresolved within us. And they're saying we need to fan the fire and gravitate towards the new light. Okay, I'm going to get more insight on that as we go along, but it's pretty clear what they're trying to tell us. We have the King of Earth and the Fool card. So they're saying, you know, in order to get reestablished like we need to move forward in a state of trust with ourselves. And this was in my last reading, how I was talking a lot from the Ascended Masters reading on Sunday about trusting ourselves so that we can emit the song of our soul. We can radiate that, we can sound it, we can vibrate it out to the universe. But that's based off of purity, and that purity is based off of a trust. And there is a taintedness, I feel like, that's coming from this past temptation it's kind of mucking up our song, and it is preventing us from getting fully established in the way that we want. I feel like it wouldn't take much, though, for you to be mindful of where you're going back to old patterns, or if there's something that's unresolved. They're saying how you're going to get set up for the future is entirely different than the way that you've been getting established in the past. So I feel like this is a tainted view that we're bringing in. It's like it's going to be hard, or we won't be loved or accepted, or things won't go our way. And they're saying that's not true. So the clarifier is consistency in reverse. And this is where they're saying you have to consistently be vibrating out that song of your soul and be playing your music nice and loud, consistently trusting. So what's happening is we're trusting, and then we're doubting, and then we're trusting, then we're doubting, and then we're going through with the eyes, with the eyes of innocence, trusting the intuitive messages, and then we're doubting. And I feel like that inconsistency is preventing us in getting really rooted and grounded and established. This is also saying like consistency with your root healing, I feel. Some of you haven't been that consistent with it, and you're needing to in order to cultivate and radiate the song of your soul, your true authenticity. That makes sense. Over here we have the moon and the 8 of earth, and it's funny because that's both are in reverse. And this is the guitar with the coins coming off of it, the pentacles. And I feel like this is really like your roots are going to bring you back to your creativity. And this is about that root healing, because that root healing is what brings us back to this innocence, this childlike. They're saying, what did you love to do when you were a kid? And many of you, especially the divine feminine, but divine masculine too, are being called to like do those things that you truly love. The play, the music, the play, the imagination, the be outside, through doing your healing from the root up, it's going to connect you back to all of that. And then they're showing me that, you know, if you feel like your life purpose or life path is blocked, it's because you haven't connected that alignment to your divinity. This is about the alignment to your divinity. We heal from the roots, and that's how we can feel our connection to divinity and remember who we are, our sacred connection, our gifts, what we came here to do. And then we get connected, and all of this life purpose and abundance starts to flow in, because we're emitting that more authentic song. So this is coming in reverse, because it's like almost like we're doing our healing in the wrong way. We haven't gone deep enough to the root to clear it out. Part of this is this moon energy is forcing us to go that deep. Some of you are resisting it, and they're saying you need to go that deep before all this magic is going to be sprinkled on you. And the magic is definitely coming. It's definitely coming. Those of you who work through the root and have been working through the root in a more organic way to cultivate the truth of your soul, you're going to have more magic sprinkled on you than those who haven't been. You see, like more things are going to line up more quickly for you because you're more ready and more in alignment. So is the magic and manifestation over the next few months going to be completely dependent upon how aligned you are? Yes. But a lot of you have been doing this work. You might need to fine tune some pieces during this moon cycle here. And because they're saying at the end of this moon cycle, and when that new moon comes in Gemini, that's when the magic starts to happen. What do you need to resolve at the root now to cultivate that song, that authenticity? And here we have perspective. And I love the perspective card. It's in reverse, but because she is, they're showing her as pregnant, so I feel like that's the creative ideas, that's the birthing something new. And in order to birth the something new, we're needing to shift our perspective. This could definitely be like getting rid of the old story about your healing, like I've already done it or I'm over that, because the truth is they're pretty much showing me there's something that you're not over completely. Some hurt, some pain, some belief that's ingrained in there, and I feel like some of you are a few clicks away from seeing the light and being able to let it go. And this is about perspective to move forward that's coming through. Like I said, it's a bit blocked right now because some of you are denying it or avoiding it. Before we flip these cards, I feel guided to just pull in another deck. Let's see. We'll ask your guides, ask our guides. So they are showing me a lot of that, like I'm gravitating to a lot of the decks that are green today. This is something that's caught in your heart, okay? This thing that's unresolved. It's in your heart chakra. But it's connected. Make no mistakes that a blocked heart chakra, where we hold stuff in the heart chakra, is because there's stuff in our root that is not balanced. We have traumas that are unaddressed, or there's some sort of much deeper root healing that needs to take place. And I feel like these colors are spot on, because this is about coming back into our own power center, and that golden color is about standing on our own 2 feet. And that's how we get the treasure. That's how the treasure comes. That's where the reward comes. So they're saying, yep. So this is devotion that's coming up, and it's coming up right near consistency. You see, this is being devoted to yourself. This is being devoted to the new. This is being like consistent with looking towards the new landscape rather than looking at the past or the past hurts. It's about going forward with the eyes of the Fool, trusting, being completely committed to what's coming in, even if you don't know what that is. Let's see. Devotion, consistency, getting established, trusting. I feel like there's something blocking our complete commitment to the future, and that is some attachment to the past, and it is our shadow. Okay? And this, I feel like whatever just happened in the recent past that you're being tempted by to think about, to dwell on, that's kind of still in there, maybe just subtly, but it's there, and it's the thing that's slowing you down. It's all connected back to your shadow. It's all connected back to something unhealed or unresolved from the root issues. And they want you to heal that now, okay, so that you can step into a unity consciousness, more so with yourself first. I mean, that's the thing, is like you have to come into union with yourself, and before you can step into unity consciousness in the world. Okay, so this is your psychic awareness, and they're saying like we are receiving, see this lotus right here and the fish and the bird, they're showing in the moon, it's like we are being guided. We are, and this is a 47 card, which is an 11. This is where our psychic awareness is guiding us, but our perspective has been amok because we've been trying to analyze things and figure it out. And they're saying, let yourself be guided. Allow yourself to be guided. This is particularly pertaining to your life purpose. And I feel like it's particularly pertaining to just really trusting about following the impulses. Some of the serendipitous things that are going to happen, and even the more synchronistic things that are going to happen over the next few months, are going to happen as a result of following your psychic awareness and following your intuition. So you can capitalize on fate, if you want to call it, the more that you trust. All right, let's look at these cards. There are 2 ascension cards, Jesus and Earth. So Jesus is that oneness, Christ consciousness, unconditional love. They're saying that challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. So to pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. There's only love. And that's great. That's what this unity consciousness is, this unity card. But remember, I said you have to come into union with yourself before you'll be able to radiate that out. I want to remind you, because I hear sometimes other readers saying things about like, oh, are you putting yourself in front of people who project on you? I want to remind you that you cannot align with someone who will project on you unless there's some match for that vibration within you. So if people are projecting on you, if you feel that, if you feel like there's challenging people, look to yourself. Look at what's unresolved within you. Why are you a match for that vibration? It's not saying it's your fault, and it's not saying what they're doing is right. It's just why are you matching with that vibration? I feel like that is your clue or cue to resolving what's unhealed within you, and then going deeper into unconditional love for yourself so that you can radiate it out to the earth, which is the second card. So they're talking about connecting to Lady Gaia, which does not surprise me because the green cards I was called to, but also for the heart, but also because of the earthly nature, the fairy, the sacred earth oracle. This is where they're saying, this is about like inviting in the vibration up from the earth into your soul. It's about working with the elementals. It's about you radiating out a wisdom and energy and heart, like a heart light to the planet that's going to help expand the earth's consciousness. In order for you to do this, though, you've got to get rid of the dull spots. This is like my full moon forecast, right? Where we've been dulled or dimmed because that light isn't able to radiate out as purely to the earth if we've got those dull spots, those dim spots. And also, we're not able to receive all that light coming in from the earth either. So that's huge. Now, the fairy cards, the Elf Queen. So this is about being burdened, something burdening you, something that you've needed to pull back and resolve from within, or that you're needing to at this time. Super important, you guys. You might even need to hermit a little over the next few days. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend coming up here in the US, and I feel like some of you are not going to be out celebrating and with people. I feel like you're going to be pulling back and healing, and that's okay if you need to do that. It's a great time for those of you who feel the motivation to gather with others, but some of you are going to need to pull back so you can figure out what's what and what responsibilities, what burdens that you're taking on from others that you can let go of. This could even be picking up on your twin flame. Some of you who are twin flames, like picking up on your twin flame's energy and really now discerning what's theirs and what's yours and clearing that, and then releasing what is not yours. And that's going to come through discernment. Well, now that we have the Earth, again, I'm not going to go too much longer. I just wanted to bring you some messages. The Earth card, there's something that we're being taught. I feel like we're being taught a lesson about how we stabilize our vibration. And see, this card looks like Earth. I mean, this crystal looks like Earth. And there's something that's being taught to us about how we emit our light, how we send our vibration out, how we stabilize that vibration, get consistent with it. We're being taught how to stabilize it, and then what happens when we do. We're going to see the rewards of that. We're also being taught about the little fluctuations that we have, how they become big fluctuations when we want to get grounded and manifest. We're really learning how to balance our energy right now. There's crazy I mean, you cannot make this up. Look at this. The shadow, the shadow. This is exactly what it is. This is what's mucking up. This is that big block, big black, muddy, gooey, solid, boulderish block that's in the way of this consistency. And it's coming from the shadow. There's something we need to go in and resolve at this time, okay? Before we're going to have this like new leaping off point. And this is why they wanted me to bring you this message today, because I feel like many of you are feeling a little stuck right now, at least in your motivation or your energy dips. We need to stabilize our energy. And this is creation and creativity, fire agate. We saw this in the Ascended, in the messages from the Masters. It's coming up in reverse, and this is what, I mean, you can't make this up. This is where I'm talking about your life purpose and your creativity and going back to the authenticity of your passions, and that fire is connected to your passions. They're saying once you get clear on who you truly are and you allow the impulses to guide you, then the moon can sprinkle its magic on you and bring everything to light. But you've got to resolve the deep shadowy stuff first. If you guys need help with that, you know, there's soul coaching with me. There's tons of tools out there. If you're not with me, then do more of that. I feel like it's one piece in particular for most of you. It's something pertaining to a past relationship that has its roots in that. If you traced it back, it's like the same wound as a child wound that's unresolved within you. So it could be a hurt from your twin flame. It could have been a past karmic relationship that just ended or is ending. Some recent hurt or something in the recent past, I'd say like 10 months, is what feels unresolved, but it's rooting you back to the shadow, to child wounding, child programming. I'm not going to look at the bottom of the deck. I think I'm going to leave it there. So again, this is what we need to work on. This is about studying our vibration, getting to the root of what's kind of blocking us under the surface, letting go of the temptation to hang on to the past. And they're saying resolving this thing that's standing in the way because it's rooted to our shadow once and for all. And this is going to help us come into unity consciousness or union with ourselves so that we can radiate this out to the earth. And as we come up on this new jumping off point, and before we receive this sprinkle of magic from the new moon in June, it's like we're needing to get back into our creative flow, who we truly are. Stop looking for the life purpose and just cultivate your passions. Follow the impulses. And you'll be able to do that more clearly and hear what that is when you clean out this stuff, okay? Love you guys. I hope that's helpful. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.